In case you missed it, here are 3 things you need to know from this week's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. First, it looks like WWE is going to start inducting matches into the Hall of Fame, and they're going to be under the title of Immortal Moments. And they announced tonight the first Immortal Moment. The first match to be entered into the Hall of Fame will be Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13. It's pretty safe choice. I can only imagine the first few that we're going to get are going to be pretty standard. I'm sure the Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and Mick Foley, Macho Man, Steamboat probably as well. But let me know what you think of this idea and what matches you would want to see be made immortal moments in the Hall of Fame. Second, after a few weeks of teases, we got confirmation that Rey Fenix will be finally debuting on Smackdown next week. Now, I'm interested to see if they can plan anything for him in the next month or so before WrestleMania, or if he's just going to be involved in a multi-man match, or really what it's going to look like for him compared to Penta on Raw, and how big of a deal they've made Penta feel. Because it's all going to be about how they can build Rey Fenix to ultimately make that moment where they finally put them together as big as possible. But I'm very excited to see him in a WWE ring, and I'm excited for WWE fans that may not be super familiar with his work to see just how good a wrestler he is. And 3, in the main event segment, we found out that CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania will be the Night 1 main event. I don't think it's that big of a surprise. I kind of wish it had been maybe the women's triple threat match, because it feels like the women's division always has matches that are worthy of that main event spot. But I can't lie. Seeing Punk get emotional with Paul Heyman telling him, hey, you're in the main event of Night 1, that was just too cool to see. And then we did kind of end the show on a bit of a cliffhanger with Punk saying, this is amazing, but this isn't my favor. You still owe me my favor. I'm kind of trying to build intrigue around that. It wasn't the best episode of SmackDown, but this moment was definitely the highlight of the night for me. Let me know what your favorite part of the show this week was.